Alright, so, alright, hey guys, so tonight I'm not doing a challenge. I mean, if you guys are gonna be subscribed to me, I like to tell you one of my background stories. I have multiple. If you saw my first video, I said I did a lot of dumb things as a child, which I did. That is true. So, let's start way back. By, I probably was probably, what, second grade, third? Third or fourth, I don't know. Well, I was rudely interrupted by my good friend. Now, as I was saying, when I was around fourth grade or third, not one of those two, I didn't like school. I know it's amazing, huh? A lot of people love school. You know, I was a weird kid. Yeah, it went down to the point where I just I okay. Sorry again. Now, as I was saying, um, it went down to the point where I made excuses like any other kid, you know. But you know, my parents caught on like you ain't thick, like and my face into the lamp didn't work anymore. Trick, use it. Just saying. So it went down to the point. So I lived right next to my school, elementary school. Shout out to Parkview. I was like maybe a couple blocks away. Like it was straight down, straight down, and it went. It was pretty cool. You know, nothing special, but you know, it gave me the privilege to go there. You know, get up late and leave early. So you know, I thought of an amazing plan. I'm like, okay, how about I say I go to school, but I don't. Now, my parents left early, including my sister. See, at the time, my sister was in middle school, and my parents left early, as they still do. And I was the last one to leave. Now, as that went down, I was the last one to go, so I'm like, okay, I'll just maybe walk down the block. So I could somehow, I don't know why I just stayed home, but I know. I had to make it, you know, believable for myself. So I went down the block and then turned back and went back to my house. And it worked for a good 3 days. Nobody really caught me till one of my friends did. And he was my friend Akul. He's Indian. He moved out to Hollywood. He caused me a lot of problems to my elaborate plan. So it was probably like the fifth time I tried it, and I opened the door to go out. And as I walk out, he tells me, "Hey son, how come you been in school today?" And I'm like, "Oh," and like go out. I'm like, "Oh, I've been sick." Coming. So I leave, and as I'm walking, I'm gonna turn around. Turn around. And he's like, "Hey, where you going?" And I'm like, "I forgot my medicine." And he's like, "Okay, so you at school?" And I'm like, "This sucker, nah, I ain't going to school. I ain't about that life." So I go, I leave, and I think I decided to go to school that day, the next day, sorry. And and you know, I went to school. They're like, "Oh, where are you? Who are you dead?" You know, simple stuff. I go next day. I choose not to go to school. So I mean, at this time, the school is kind of getting suspicioso of what's going on. So you know, I didn't care. I was out there. I was at my house watching, you know, Dragon Tales. Wow, Dragon Tales. Shout out to Clifford, the big red dog. He's dope. I was watching Barney. Shout out to Barney. I didn't watch Teletubbies. It freaked me out. Yeah, I was watching, and then I was doing me. You know, I did my little fort out of blankets, and this is all during like when I was there. And I didn't go, and I guess the school. No, my dad decided to take me out of school early. I don't know, random act of kindness for him. So he does that, and I guess I hear, and this was probably like at 12. So he's gonna take me out probably like around lunch, and he comes I hear a truck. He does construction, so and I'm like, and I look out the window, peep out, and I see my dad's truck, and I'm like, oh no, and I take off, and I clean up everything, and actually he just stays there. I was just waiting. I was waiting. I was in my room like, oh man, I'm gonna get the beating of my lifetime. And he just takes off and he goes back to work. Later that day comes back and he's like, oh, how was school today? So then I'm like, good, I guess. Oh, and if you were thinking like why didn't the school call, is they had a house phone, so I was always kind of like waiting, so like hold up and then they just hang up. Yeah, I was smart. So now this was probably around the 7th day, 8th maybe, I didn't go to school. Now, not like probably just chunks of it at a time. So as that's going on, I did it again. The 8th day, which was my last, it goes down. So I come back, I meet a cool going down like the walkway, and I'll come out and he's like, I'm walking. And he's like, hey Slam, so, dude, you didn't go to school? I'm like, yeah, I got sick again, you know? And I'm walking halfway the block, and I turn back and I was like, where are you going? He's like, oh, I'm gonna go get my medicine. He's like, all right. And he leaves. You know, I do that again. Watch Fairy Tales, Clifford. Got my popcorn on deck. Got my fort. Ain't nobody gonna mess with me at that time. Now, and then I get then at that time, this was like at night. Now my dad, I guess, he got a phone call. Alright. Now, my dad got a phone call from school. I guess, no. Okay, I'm sorry. Reverse. So, after I was done watching Clifford, Fairy Tales, Dragon Tales, like everything, it was probably like maybe around 12. I took like a nap. So I took a nap, and it was during like summer, so I know it wasn't summer, but it was hot. So I was dead asleep, and I remember just hearing a door open, and I'm like, it's my imagination. And I open my eyes, and as I open my eyes, I see my dad looking at me, and I'm like, and I remember I woke up and I looked at him and I had this giant grin in my face, like, and he just looks at me and he's like, get up, you're going to school. I'm like, and I'm like, Dad, but it's already 12, you know, before I have lunch and, you know, stuff like that. And he's like, get up, you're going to school. So I change and he drives me there. And he looks at me, he's like, you know I'm gonna take you out of school, right? And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, but then I got a phone call. And then I'm like, oh. And at that time, I go, they'll only call like after school. Okay, so, and then they call after school. So I go into class, and then people were saying, I found out the teacher found out from school saying, oh yeah, so Len stopped coming to school because he's sick. He went to go get his medicine. And he was going to burn me. Now the teacher was able to catch on that I was just ditching. I was going home. But if it wasn't for cool answering the question, saying, hey, have you ever seen Selene? I would probably was caught. Oh, moral of the story is I got the beating of a life. No, I got spanked. Profusely. Cried. But it's true. Moral of the story is, guys, if you're gonna ditch, take a left behind, guys. Don't get caught. And always have a plan. Just have a plan, guys. Don't get caught with your parents. Plan this ahead. Take it from, you know, a fourth grader. I had everything. I had everything on deck. I had the medicine just in case. I had everything. I just didn't have the idea that my own friend would have burnt me out. He also burnt me out with the homework, but that's a story for another time. That went out wild. wire. So just let me know what you guys want to see. Challenge on Tuesday. I'll see. I'll do something. I've been reading your comments, so who knows? I'll surprise you guys soon. So see if you guys. I have plenty of more stories, like crazy stories. So if you guys want to hear them, just let me know. And you guys name the title. How about that? You guys name the title. I'll name this story time. But next time, you guys name the title. All right. Well, catch you guys later.